Long before scented candles and essential oil diffusers, there was garlic. Not roasted in a pan or simmering in a stew, but raw, whole bulbs tucked into dark corners, wedged into doorways, or slipped beneath pillows like a quiet sentinel. This wasn't about flavor or food. This was about protection. Cleansing, resetting a space when something felt off. A bad dream that lingered into morning. A visitor who left more than footprints. A heaviness in the air, sharp and invisible, that couldn't be explained. Garlic, people said, could draw it out, could absorb it, could purify the unseen. In households across Eastern Europe, South Asia, the Middle East, and Latin America, garlic was placed in the corners of rooms where shadows gathered. In others, a clove would be left under a child's pillow to ward off nightmares or the dreaded evil eye, the invisible curse of jealousy or malice. In some traditions, when a house felt haunted by tension or sadness, it wasn't a priest or therapist people called first. It was garlic. At a glance, this might sound like a superstition born of fear or folklore. But like many ancient customs, this practice carries a quiet logic, both emotional and biological. Garlic, after all, isn't neutral. It's not a passive presence. It has a scent so bold, so stubborn, that even in small quantities it alters the entire atmosphere of a room. A single clove crushed beneath a pillow doesn't go unnoticed. It asserts itself. And with it, the space feels different. There's something powerful about that change. In modern terms, we talk about vibes. The mood of a room. The sense of lightness or unease. Garlic, in its pungency, breaks through stagnation. It interrupts. It replaces the stale air of bad sleep or heavy emotion with something alive, sharp, earthy, and primal. We now know that garlic releases sulfur compounds into the air, most notably allicin, which alters the chemical makeup of a room in subtle but measurable ways. It doesn't just mask smells, it changes them. And that shift in scent, researchers believe, can directly impact mood. Scent, after all, is closely tied to memory and emotion. A sudden whiff of garlic can jolt the mind awake, stir the senses, and evoke warmth, familiarity, or even hunger. It grounds you. It pulls your focus back into your body. And in doing so, it may push out the mental fog that often feeds restlessness or fear. That alone might be enough to explain why a garlic clove in the pillow ritual has lasted centuries. But there's more. Garlic is also antimicrobial and antifungal, meaning it doesn't just alter the feeling of a space, it literally sanitizes it. In closed rooms, especially before the invention of modern ventilation or cleaning products, garlic may have helped suppress airborne bacteria or mold. Families may not have understood the science, but they observed the result. Rooms with garlic smelled better, felt better, and seemed to carry fewer illnesses. Then there's the symbolic element. Garlic has always been associated with strength, endurance, and boundary setting. It stings the senses. It pushes back. It's not a food that blends in quietly, it demands attention. To place garlic under your pillow or in your room is to mark your space as protected. It says, "This is my sanctuary. No harm enters here." Whether or not the sulfur compounds are doing the metaphysical heavy lifting, the act itself has power. It affirms control. It creates psychological security. And when people feel secure, they sleep better. They dream differently. They shake off the claws of anxiety or intrusive thoughts with more ease. Maybe it's not that garlic absorbs bad dreams, it's that it helps us stop creating them in the first place. Consider this, too. Placing garlic in your space requires intention. It's a ritual, however small. It turns the simple act of preparing for sleep or cleaning a room into a moment of mindfulness. That, in itself, has therapeutic value. In a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming, garlic offers something rare, a tangible, sensory tool for grounding, for reclaiming mental and emotional space, for asserting the right to peace, even in silence, even in sleep. We've come to expect medicine to come in sterile bottles, therapy to come in spoken words, and healing to follow data. Garlic reminds us that healing can also come in breath, in scent, in presence. That sometimes the most ancient solutions persist because they speak to something deeper than logic. Garlic under the pillow may not drive away evil spirits in the literal sense, but it changes something in the air, in the body, in the heart of a home. It asks us to believe, not in magic for magic's sake, but in the quiet power of ritual, in the force of nature's design, in the possibility that a clove of garlic, resting quietly in the dark, can offer more than flavor. It can offer peace. It can offer strength. And sometimes, when the night is long and the world feels unkind, that is enough.